Good Wednesday morning, Foggers. I hope everybody's doing well. We are now at the middle of our week. Hopefully, the week has been good and everybody's been safe, healthy, right? The mind, the body, and the soul, our spirit. So, just briefly, some of the things going on this morning. I think I broke my foot last night, getting out of my pool. Long story, but my foot hurts like hell, so I'm gonna have to deal with that. But what I want to talk about is identifying some of the things that make things better or worse in our life, right? Decisions that we make can affect us for the rest of our life, obviously. Some are short term, some are very long term, right? Sometimes we have made decisions where we feel trapped and we feel like we can't change, and that's not true. Change can be difficult, but change also allows for growth, right? It's kind of like weeding that trunk of the tree that we talked about the other day. So, but the first thing is identifying some of the things that are holding us down or holding us back. For instance, and I always go back to the addiction like alcohol. If we're getting home from work every day and we feel the need to rush to that glass of wine, and again, you don't have to be falling down drunk. Just the fact that you're going to the wine or the beer or whatever hard liquor you're drinking, that in itself may be a red flag way before there's a potential problem. And only you will know that, right? Not getting into anybody's business, only you will know, hey, that's what takes the edge off. Then, maybe you should take some time off. Or if you want to test yourself as to, wow, do I have a problem? Try to stay dry off of alcohol, right, for a week. Try to stay off for 2 weeks and see how you feel. Everybody that I've ever talked to about alcohol, whether they felt like it was an issue or not, once they have cleared their system of alcohol, they said, man, I just felt completely better, right? Your skin, your hair, how your movement, you wake up, you're not sluggish, the way you speak, the way you think, that fog that we get in our brain sometimes, that brain fog. So that's one of the things. The other things is who we hang out with, right? Do we have the Debbie Downers around us? And again, in our profession, we've talked about many times that toxicity and the negativity at work. And when you're dealing with negative things, it's very easy to go down that road. I lived in that road for many, many years. And that was the majority of the stress in my profession was that. And when you are going through, like I've never seen anybody go through, let's say a hanging, a suicide. Nobody's going to leave that and go, oh my God, ever since I saw that hanging, my life has been in shambles. That's not how this works. You're going to respond to calls over your career, fires, nurses, corrections. You're going to respond to incidences and calls for a period of time, right? The longer, the more impact it has on your life. And little by little, you'll start to see change. You'll get sometimes in your personal life, you're not the same person I met. You're not the same person I married. Your relationships will start to fall by the wayside. I spoke to somebody a couple weeks ago that told me, she so-and-so broke up with her boyfriend, and the friends she's had for years, they don't talk anymore. And that's not by chance. Yes, there is change in your life and people change in your life, like the weather in South Florida. That happens. And there's, growth from that too, because you live and learn and you'll make new friends. But in our profession, that isolation begins once you start having a larger volume of traumatic calls or that traumatic incident that is connected to you by some chance, right? Like we've talked to my mom, the suicides, the kids, your daughters and your sons, a teddy bear at a scene, whatever it may be, that link. We've talked about that before, and that's where there's a lot of danger in that trauma call. But, little by little, you will start to change, right? We've talked about, I have a very good friend of mine, I consider him a brother, and we've talked about, your heart turning to stone and being cold. And it's really not that's the effect that you think. It's just that you're injuring your brain and your mind and your soul through all these traumatic events. And like I said on the national podcast with Team South Florida, I never ever in my career, and not till later, let me not say my career, but Earlier in my career, I never went to anybody, hey, are you okay? You know, yes, obviously after shootings and car crashes or dog bites or whatever, but I never, after going to homicides or fatalities, we never ever pulled each other on, hey, are you okay? Or, yeah, we would be like, hey, that's crazy, that's fucked up. Did you see that? Yeah. But it was never a sense of how are you and all these things. And that's where the culture now needs to change, right? I've had a couple of younger applicants that have reached out to me, which I thought was great. And I said, listen, if you're already following along and you know the possibilities that exist out there regarding trauma and acute stress and addictions, and you decide to go into law enforcement, right? I think you're way ahead of the game, okay? Because you're going to start to see the things that we're discussing here. The difficulty comes in changing the culture once you're the old dog and you've been in this profession for a while. So just getting back on the topic today of being able to identify not only your habits, right, that you have formed and have turned negative, but the people around you and the way that you're acting. Try to change your routine. I told you yesterday, simple things with just taking a different route to work. And I know that the traffic here in South Florida is crazy, but I think you know what I mean. Just changing up things that you do. You know, if you work out after work, maybe you want to work out before and start your day better. Whatever works out, you know, your meals, what you're eating, your hydration. Are you walking at a park? Would you rather walk at the beach? Do you want to walk around the block? Just certain things like that. Change up your habit. Find what feels good. That'll feel good for a while, may feel good for a long while. But filling our voids, right? I know people that work on their days off all day, and that is not healthy. And I know that you're making money and you're driving a $2,000 a month car, but you have to ask yourself, right? And only you'll know the answer. Are you trying to fill a void by supplying your loved ones with monetary stuff, right? Like property and stuff like that, instead of your time, okay? And those are significant concerns that happen in our profession. I've been there, done that, the Corvette, the Suburban, the cruises, and guess what? You're not home. And that's what they want. They just want you to be home. So I can speak from experience. So identifying some of the ways we live our life and some of the things we do that may be making life a little bit more difficult, okay? Identify the ones that bring you comfort, make you feel well. Nobody's getting hurt. You're not hurting yourself. So maybe we want to dwindle in that world just a little bit more, okay? So that's the message today, identifying some of the things holding you down and holding you back and how to make those changes and, you know, dwindling in the world of a little bit more comfort, a little bit better. You know, maybe your finances have to be changed. There's credit counseling. There's, the Dade County Credit Union or the local credit union where you're at that'll help you consolidate just different decisions and better decisions in our life to make life easier. It's very simple. But if you're not making those decisions and you're getting bogged down and working 7 days a week, that is not good. That is a dead-end road. It will not end well. Okay, been there, done that. I didn't even know what days were sometimes. And I'm blessed financially and my family's good for the rest of their life. But you need to make the right decisions to make life just a bit easier. You have a very difficult profession. What we do, regardless of who you are, right? Fire, corrections, dispatchers. It's very difficult. And you need to make decisions and identify the good decisions in your life that make life a little bit easier, okay? So that's our message for today. I hope everybody's doing well. Remember to put good food in your body, hydrate, move your body so you're filling up those voids with healthy activity and your body gets used to healthy stuff, okay? Let's do better, let's be better. And I'm praying for you guys and your family, and I hope everybody's well, okay? God allows me to, I'll be back here tomorrow. And thank you for everything you do in your service to this country, okay? Thank you guys. God bless you. 3 a.m. Fog.